Okay, right. We should be live. So if we are, because this is like my phone, so if we are, then say hello in the chat. Yeah, say yay. How is everyone doing? There we go. And my audio and everything is good, hopefully for you guys. Camera's good. Like I said, it's a bit of a test. Hello, Brazil. Awesome. Awesome. Hello, MMR Productions. Good to see you as well. Grant Banish, nice to see you as well. Ryan Pax Productions, hello. So we'll let a few people come in first, and then we'll have a chat about Transformers: Rise of the Beasts because I thought it would just be worth jumping on because there's been a ton of info after we had the trailer last week. So I thought it'd be good to get a bit of a reaction from you guys, have a bit of a chat, a bit of a casual one, really. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I got the NXT championship. The WWE one's back there as well. So yeah, I'm a wrestling fan as well. Yeah, I actually do hope that as well. I'm not sure if we will. I think it's just going to be a Scorponok army. Whether we get a main Scorponok, we'll have to wait and see. But who knows? Mm, face reveal? I wouldn't say so. I did a reaction to the video, so hi Rafi, what's up? Have I been? MMR, I'm good. I'm good. I'm sort of recovering from all the news that we've had because we've had loads of news. But we're now getting to the stage where we're like under 35 days until the movie. So it's been like what 2 year wait for this film. So it's going to be very exciting. Let's put that one up. Could Megatron show up at the end of the credits or the movie? Which Megatron though? Predacon Megatron or Decepticon Megatron? Um, I'm thinking that's possible. I'm definitely thinking that's possible. I think possibly more Decepticon Megatron, but Predacon Megatron would be pretty damn cool as well. I could imagine seeing something like um, I don't know, like a archaeologist looking around or something like that, and then they discover the T-Rex bones, and then I don't know, potentially that beast rises at the end. I think something cool for the actual original Predacons would be actually really nice for the movie. Oh right, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I'm not sure about this one either, to be honest. I'm just trying to keep up with the chat. Which Autobot or Maximal you think is going to die in Rise of Beast? Well, I think Bumblebee is going to die and then he's going to come back to life. I think Scourge is going to take his insignia, rip it off his head, and we're all going to think, "Oh no!" But then I think something to do with the Maximals. I think Air Razor saves Optimus and Bumblebee's bacon in some capacity. She seems to be on the scene at the museum, and then we're going to go to Peru and Bumblebee's revived, comes back to life. Might be something to do with the Maximal Caves as well. Yeah, so did I. Yeah. He's not the Earth anymore, though. He's actually the planet that we know. So I think this is a better version. What would you say your favorite part of the trailer is? I think my favorite part of the trailer was I think when I watched the trailer and I reacted to the trailer, I didn't think Unicron was in this movie. I know people had said it and reported it, but I just didn't believe it. I didn't think they'd go back and try and do Unicron again after the last night kinda didn't work. So once I saw Unicron, I was just like, "Wow, he's in it," and it's actually the version that we know. So, yeah, that was probably my favorite part. That was the most shocking part because I couldn't actually say anything after I saw that. So, yeah, I'm going with that. Let me know what yours was, Scott. Let me know what yours was. I hope we get a Studio Series Transit, preferably Voyager. Yeah, I think that's possible. I think that's possible. Beast Wars Megatron. I would love to see a Beast Wars Megatron at some point, whether it's in this movie, the second one, or the third of the trilogy. I think it would be kinda cool to see a natural, progression to getting the actual Predacons, not just the Scorponok army. What else we got here? Mm. Oh, already read that one. Are we getting to see more Maximals in the movie? Like who? I think we've seen them all. I think we've got all the Maximals unless there's gonna be another one that shows up like a rat trap at the end or something, but I don't think so. I think this movie's pretty crammed. If there is gonna be anything that we haven't seen in terms of bots, I suspect that will come in an end credit scene, and I suspect it'll be a villain, but that's me guessing. Hi, Walter Prime. I like the name. Very good, very good. Imagine if Optimus encoun okay. Well, that would be bad. That would be bad. Imagine if both Megatrons were in Rise of the Beast, Decepticon Megatron as post-credit scene and Predacon Megatron showing up before. Yeah, well, I don't think they'll do both. I think we will have something that will lead to the next movie as long as this movie does well. And it all depends, doesn't it? If this is going to tie in somehow to the Bayverse, or this has to acknowledge in some capacity the Bayverse. If it doesn't, then this movie could go anywhere with any sort of bots. If it does, then we have to think about history and how, for example, Megatron is on ice until like, I don't know, 2007. So really, it would have crash landed before. So that means that it's unlikely unless they change that history, but we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, what happened to that? I don't know. I remember covering that, and that has not happened. What other Beast Wars character would you wish to appear in Rise of the Beast? Mine would be Dinobot. Dinobot was cool in Beast Wars. I love Dinobot. I would probably want the Predacon Megatron, and I'd like him to be voiced by David Kaye, but highly unlikely, I know, but that would be my choice. Interestingly, the Terracon army appears to be made up of 3 types: freezers, crawler, robots. Yeah, yeah. Well, I think initially it was a Scorponok army that everyone imagined. Now it's like multiple bots. I actually like the idea because I think in this movie it's quite crammed as it is with the Terracons, Unicron as well. So it would be a bit of a mistake, in my opinion, to have the actual Predacons that we know only to come in to have them all wiped out. I'd be really disappointed if they just did that. A bit like, um, as if you've seen Black Adam, that Army of the Dead or whatever that comes up in halfway through the movie, the Scorponok army, I don't want it to be like that. I want it to actually be a bit more formidable because that Army of the Dead was trash. So, yeah, I hope it's better than that. The only problem I had with the second trailer was just the general idea that Scorponok is the Predacon drone when it makes more sense for Inferno repaint. Yeah, I think it's just because, to be honest, I think the Scorponok looks cool. So for casuals, it's rather interesting. It might be a bit confusing because we did see Scorponok in the 2007 movie. Interesting. I'm trying to read as many of your comments as I can, and then we'll open up some discussions and some topics. Do you think Unicron will transform? Well, he does, doesn't he? He does in the trailer. We see the face, we see the giant head, and then we see the planet eater. So he definitely does. Um, I'm really interested to see how they take the fight to Unicron and how Unicron actually um, becomes a force as such, besides just a planet eater. Because if he is just a planet eater, how do you stop him? Um, One theory, if we was going to tie into the last night, is that somehow they bury him in the earth. But that's a ridiculous theory, I know. But if we had to tie that movie in somehow for history purposes, that could be a ridiculous option. I know it's not going to happen, but still. Do you think air? Yes, the topic of air razor transforming. I think she we haven't seen anything of her except for maybe some control no, we didn't even see that on the controller, did we? We've just seen her in bot mode from the studio series, but we haven't seen any images of her really, like we've seen with all the others. Probably not, but I'm not gonna be terribly upset. I think it's disappointing, but if all the others transform, it'd be nice to see it. She has got, however, Michelle Yeoh has the most lines. We were told that besides Optimus Primal, um, Airraiser's gonna have the most lines from the Maximal, so it kind of makes you think she should transform because she's gonna have a lot of lines in the movie. Depends how she's used, I guess. Who is your favorite character? Optimus Prime, obviously. I think Scourge looks really good as well. If they can make it work, Kieran, um, somehow it could be good. What was my favorite trailer, 1 or 2? I think both are good. I think the second one had a lot more in it, so I probably lean towards that. I also really like the choice of DMX, being one of the songs as well, so, that just kind of won it for me. Do you think we'll see Sector 7 in Rise of the Beast or in the later movies? Um, well, they were in Bumblebee, so they must exist. I don't think we'll see them in Rise of the Beasts, but perhaps we'll see them in one of the other movies when, because it doesn't feel like this film's gonna have any sort of military or anything like that. That's what makes me wonder how they're gonna do this movie. Like, the final battle, if that's going to be staged and plenty of humans are aware of it, then there should be military there and things like that. So I'm kind of imagining that final battle takes place elsewhere and everything's gonna take place. So the wider human race don't know about the Transformers to that degree yet. Okay, let's keep going. Kind of off topic, but will you play Transformers Reactivate on the channel? Yeah, hopefully. Whenever it comes out, it's been rumored, but like, you never quite know with this game. Yeah, I think the off-road Camaro is pretty cool, Joseph. I was a bit disappointed with the studio series head of Bumblebee, but the overall off-road Camaro is very cool. When I saw the concept art of this, about 2 years ago at Paramount Virtual Event, I thought, "He looks awesome, he looked proper jacked," and the interesting thing about the movie is that we're going to get the original Camaro in New York, and I believe after Bumblebee, gets taken down by Scourge and is revived, that's when we get the off-road version, which we'll see in Machu Picchu, Peru, and all that other jazz, so Chaz isn't in the movie, though. Yeah, but that would be interesting to see how they would do that. I'm not entirely it would be cool, but I don't know how they would do a Waspinator. He'd be huge, wouldn't he? or small or tiny? What would you do? Um, Maybe, probably, yes, but I mean, the fate of Transformers villains isn't great, is it? You know, they normally end up dying. You got my drink over there. They normally do end up meeting their demise, but they tend to get revived. But I think the bigger threat is going to be Unicron. So, with the mind, I'd say I'd like Scourge actually to be a bigger villain in a sense. There's enough going on in this movie for him to perhaps survive. It depends what they wanna do with Terracons, because after this movie, are we gonna have more Terracons, created by Unicron or whatever? Or are we gonna go down the road of having Decepticons back? Have to wait and see. Hello, Andre Tudor. Nice to see you. Here's a one from TG. Imagine if both Megatrons are the same one, like in the post-credit scene. Megatron lands on Earth when the museum battle took place, and he scans the remains. Uh, I never thought about that. That's a cool idea. Again, though, for the casual, be very hard to maybe explain it, but this is the only thing I think's a bit troublesome is every time we don't get a clear or a clean break from the Bayverse, people that then know of the Bay movies are gonna feel very confused with this movie if there are characters that have got the same name. So, who knows? Who knows? Yeah, interesting. They talked about this a lot, didn't they, in the build-up with the news? I think this was reported quite a bit on, TFW 2005. There doesn't seem to be any what does anyone remember talking about the giant wall transformer in Machu Picchu that was gonna transform? I think that's what this is almost aiming towards. I don't think that's in the movie, so I don't know where that came from. But if it is, you know, Buster, that's an interesting name. What do you think about the theory of Scourge being Michael Bay's Optimus Prime? Well, I like this topic. We'll touch on this one for a sec. Before I saw the second trailer, I completely dismissed this theory. I was like, "No way. There is no chance that they are going to do something that pays huge significance to the Bayverse." I know that Lorenzo Bonaventura likes to acknowledge the Bayverse. I feel like he doesn't really want to say, "Oh, it's a clean break now," because I feel there's some sort of respect element there, and, you know, he likes what Bay did for the franchise. It made them a lot of money. Um, but, you know, I'd completely said no to this. Then I saw the trailer and the Unicron moment and how the more you look at Scourge, the more I see parts of that 2007 bot, and it just makes me wonder. So, initially, Furbuster, absolutely not. Now, maybe it could be, and obviously, you know, with the Maximals and things, we talk about time travel and them from the future and stuff like that. So, maybe. Maybe. Right. Okay, okay. Optimus Primal. What do we think of Ron Perlman voicing Optimus Primal? Good. I actually really like his voice in this. I don't know if any of you guys read that he said that he wanted to improve on what he did for the power of the Prime series, I think by Machinima. He didn't. I don't think he really quite liked the feedback he had on that take. So this is much better. He sounds great in the movie. Who is your favorite Transformer? outside the movie, not the Transformers Age of Extinction version, not Galvatron in that, but Galvatron overall, I really love Galvatron, and that's why we have him as my picture as well. Imagine the fossils were part of the beast or the rise of the beast. Ooh, mm, maybe. NW10. I fear there are too many characters, and we will probably end up getting another Bayverse feel, where characters come and go and are wasted. I hope not. Yeah, I understand that worry. What I would say to that is I think that Stephen Cable Jr. is a lot about character development. He keeps talking about, how he wants to have the focus on the Transformers to build the characters. It does feel like that. If you look at this movie, we've only got like how many human cast have we had announced? So although in the Bayverse and stuff, we still have plenty of human characters. In this movie, not many human characters, lots of Transformers. So they're gonna get a lot of screen time. So I think that possibly yes, it does feel like it's quite packed and stacked, but I think because we haven't got so much human stuff going on, it should be fine. Oh, another one. Make the Predacons show up in an end credit scene. I hope they're not in the movie. Yeah, yeah, I mean, that's what I think as well. I think that if they were in this movie the way it is, they just end up appearing at the end and get killed off, and we'd all be moaning, "Why did they put them in?" I think the Terracons are the main villain, and the Scorponok army is to the Scorponok army, yet we don't know, are they part of something to do with Unicron, or are they freed as part of the Predacons? We don't quite know that yet. There's a lot of stuff going on in that scene that's hard to work out. So when people are like going, "It's too dark, it's all this, it's all that," we don't actually know what's going on in that end scene. For example, um, where is that taking place? Is it taking place in Machu Picchu? Is it taking place on a different planet? I mean, is it taking place on Unicron? We don't know. Hello, Helliculus Trailers. I just absolutely obliterated that name, but hello. JB Videos, hi. Okay, we're coming up to some more questions. We'll do a few more questions, then we'll open up maybe some topics to chat about as well. I've read this one, mm. What introduced you to the Transformers franchise? That's a good question, Orion Pax Productions. I used to watch the cartoon, the G1 cartoon when I was a little kid, so, yeah, I got into it that way. Um, I sort of tuned out a bit, but I then got back into things with Beast Wars as well, and then I revisited Beast Wars because I was a massive G1 fan at first, and I think I've gradually gained more of a love for Beast Wars over time, funnily enough. And then, of course, when the movies came out, um, I was kind of very interested to see how they could make those bots work. Because if you think about it, in 2007, it was quite a big deal. Like we'd never seen, well, we'd seen CG and stuff, but I think Transformers really changed the game with that. So yeah, it was awesome to see live action Transformers on the big screen, albeit sometimes the Bayverse got things wrong. I think that first Transformers movie, it was very exciting. So yeah, I've come a long way. I came from the Transformers G1, got into Beast Wars, and then of course the movie franchise. And more recently, I've started going watching other Transformers, products as well. So, Transformers Animated, Transformers Prime, I think I'm going through them all, so, yeah. Although my knowledge in a sense of it is a bit scatterbrained, so I couldn't, like, go to you, "Bang, this episode." That's not because I haven't seen it, it's just because it's, like, recalling it, but I'll try. What about the asteroids? What asteroids? Tell me more. They might use the transport key to somewhat teleport Unicron to other sides of the universe by the end of the movie so they can, yes, possibly, possibly supernova, possibly. Okay, see you soon. The details of the trailer doesn't look like Michael Bay's Transformers movies. Yeah, it's not a Michael Bay film. Michael Bay's got his name attached to it because I think it's his production company that's used, but this isn't a Bay film, and I think that some I've seen, certain movie reviewers and people like that cover this thinking it's a Bay film, and that's crazy because it's been pretty well documented. This is a Stephen Caple Jr. movie, and if you look at Stephen Caple Jr., did Creed 2. He's a director that's on the up, and this is a big movie for him, so he's gonna want it to do well. So it's not like we're sitting here debating another Michael Bay film and worrying about probably the same things, like, Transformers: The Last Night. Let's take a drink. Transformers: The Last Night, I was I was really excited about that movie initially from the trailers. But when I went to see that film, within about 5 minutes of seeing that film, I knew it was the same problems that we've had in other Bay films. The corny jokes look, I don't hate the Bayverse. I really like the Bayverse to some degrees. I think the first 3 films, Revenge of the Fallen isn't that great, but I think it's better than, um, Age of Extinction and The Last Night. And I think as a trilogy, those 3 films are cool. But The Last Night, that opening scene with Stanley Tucci as Merlin, and Stanley Tucci was in Age of Extinction as a different character. It's like, "Oh my god, what are we watching here?" And I just some of the visuals are great in The Last Night, but the story is just a mess, and it really destroyed any continuity that we had, and obviously as well, to leave the story open about Unicron rising from Earth. I mean, the reason why I think people wanted to see another Michael Bay film was to work out how on earth that was gonna happen, happen, because it seemed crazy. How the hell were those horns gonna rise from Earth? How was he gonna rise? I don't know. There's aspects I like about The Last Night. There's some characters in there I like. I quite liked Quintessa, but the overall story, no, 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 not good. So yeah, this doesn't look like a Bay movie because it isn't. Yes, at the moment, there's no reason for me to think it's gonna be a bad movie. What do you think, Director of Madness? Do you wish the OG cast for the Maximals? Um, we're getting most of them though, aren't we? To be honest, we're missing a few, but yeah, we haven't seen the studio series Mirage, have we? It will. I would say the studio series will be better than the main one, but I don't think we've seen. I've got all the studio series so far, Transformers: Rise of the Beast, except Bumblebee, because I honestly thought I could pick that up at any point, and now it's sold out on Hasbro Pulse, so big mistake. Bumblebee movie and Transformers: Rise of the Beast, they look like the old versions of Transformers. Yeah, yeah, they do. And really, I like the designs. Bumblebee for me, the reason why Bumblebee was so great is that it did sort of fall into G1, but not just that, the bots look so much more clear. I like the slightly more blocky shapes. Um, I just feel like now you can make out who's who. In Rise of the Beast, they've sort of continued that. The bright colors, RC stands out. Everyone's got a few issues with Wheeljack, I know, but the bots do stand out. You can tell who's who, and that's an important thing. In the Bayverse, sometimes they just kind of blended together. For the casuals, they definitely couldn't work out who's who. Let's keep going. I'll try and get up to date with the comments. I'm falling behind. I'm falling behind. Conflicts. It's a new one. Hello. Do you think this film connects with the 5 Bay films and have all the films connect? I think if this movie does really well, then this franchise just goes off on its own. If this movie doesn't do as well as they hoped, they will probably still try and fall a bit into the Bayverse. Um, do I think they should connect? I think that the problem with connecting them is that you have I really think Transformers now should be bigger than what it is. Like, you should have a whole world where you can have Transformers: Rise of the Beast, and you could have a spin-off movie on that based on another bot, and then another movie on top of that. And you could have the trilogy of the Rise of the Beast films, from there, but also other movies about other Transformers. I think that Paramount and Lorenzo de Bonaventura should be focusing on something like that, building what Marvel and DC attempt to do. Um, because, every time you fall back that the Bayverse counts, you can only go up to 2007. So there are a lot of years to get there. I know that. But you're always then gonna have to do either prequel movies or stop at 2007 if you don't wanna go and acknowledge the continuity. And of course, I know that Transformers: The Last Knight had a ton of stuff before Bumblebee, but nobody cares about that because it was all just a mess. Ruby Complex. I find it weird how the Bayverse ended with Unicron, while Rise of the Beast starts with him. Yeah, I know. That's why I never thought Unicron was going to be in Rise of the Beast. That was why I sat here and I said, I don't think he's going to be in there because I just couldn't see that happening. I thought they made such a big mistake with the Unicron character. Why would they want to revisit that again? But I was wrong. And to be honest, I'm glad because it looks like they're going to do it good this time. What do you guys think? I'm gonna start getting up to date with the comments. So, do you think it's a good idea to bring back Unicron after the last night? And did you actually like Transformers: The Last Night's version of Unicron, the horns coming out the ground? I mean, how was that gonna work? How on earth how on earth was he gonna come out the earth? Are Maximal and Predacons from the future? I heard somewhere they're not, but it would be nice if they were, because that would make sense. Maybe. My guess is going to be a backstory about Unicron because in the Transformers Legends, it was Quintessa's destiny to destroy Unicron and recreate Cybertron. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna lean into any of that, history, in from anything. I think they're just gonna go in a new direction if they can with Unicron, hopefully. Supernova. Honestly, it's so weird now that it's rare to hear anyone mention the Decepticons. That yeah, I know. I mean, the Decepticons are in there. Transit is a Decepticon. I get the break. I get that they kinda needed to freshen up the franchise with new villains. But I've also heard Stephen Cable Jr. say that there are aspects of the Decepticons that he would like to visit. So don't count them out just yet. They might not be in this movie, but if this is a trilogy and it's all by Cable Jr., I'd expect the Decepticons to play a part. Um, am I disappointed they're not in this movie? I think it's okay to have a break from them, um, but it would be nice to see the key players once again. I mean, an end credit scene with a Megatron, an end credit scene with a Soundwave, Shockwave. I mean, if so Cybertron, the way we left it on the Bumblebee movie was that the Autobots had come to Earth to escape. So really, Shockwave could be controlling, Cybertron, so he could be a character they could reintroduce. Yeah, I'm not sure I'd really not want that. I don't think they should be it's a bit like when they were saying they cross over with G.I. Joe. I'm just not about that. I want them to get Transformers right with Transformers. Here's a question. Do you think we could finally see Ultra Magnus? Ultra Magnus, funnily enough, if you watch one of the Did You Knows on my channel, Ultra Magnus was in Transformers Dark of the Moon. He died on the Ark. Did you know? Did you know? If not, plenty of videos on the channel. But, do I think he could make a debut? Um, Not in this one. Angelina Zandowska, I think that's hopefully I got that right. Do you think there would be a scene where Unicron tortures Scourge, like how Unicron tortured Galvatron in G1? It all depends on how Scourge was built. If if Scourge is built by Unicron, I think it could be a really cool scene. Like, the Terracon logo is actually on Unicron. I said this when I was talking to Rodimus, the other day. I'd really like to see, that symbol somehow just kinda go and connect, and that's how he controls him. Um, so if there's some control element, I hope it's maybe used through the Terracon as like a mask, and that's why I started to think maybe it's the future Optimus Prime under the mask, because that could kinda be cool that he's built him from that, but if we're not gonna lean into any of that, there could be some sort of control element where he does torture his mind, but on the other hand, Scourge might just be doing his dirty work and he's like some sort of bounty hunter that collects insignias of all Transformers. Oh, controversial, the 14th Prime. How do you like the new Wheeljack design? I'm okay with it. I don't understand why they redesigned him. I think that the look of Wheeljack is iconic in Transformers, G1. I think it's a great design, and so when it was used Bumblebee exactly the same, it was great, it was cool. So I didn't think it needed to be redesigned, to be honest. But I've gradually just come round now to that is Wheeljack in this movie. It's not the Wheeljack that I know from G1. It is a little bit annoying continuity-wise, when you see Bumblebee and you know he looked like that and now he doesn't. But if we set that aside, I I kind of like this design. Yes, it's not really the Wheeljack that we know, but the design I'm kinda getting used to. So, yeah, I'm at a stage now where I've accepted it. What about you, the 14th Prime? How do you feel, about Wheeljack's design? Let me know. Do you think we could see any more Autobots arriving on Earth at the end of the film? Yes, but then again, I think they could be more leaning into something else coming, like a threat. Um, yeah, who would you like to see come down if another Autobot was to Ultra Magnus? We've heard that mentioned. Yes, that's an interesting question. Supernova. Honestly, if Scourge is Bay Prime, it makes in the end everything you care keeps projecting. Do you think Battletrap and Nightbird will survive after the battle with the Autobots? I think one of them's going to meet their demise. In the final battle, though, they're both still there, aren't they? They're both still standing, so it's not like one of them gets killed. Because obviously, if you've seen the extended clip of Nightbird transforming, she sort of crashes and burns. She didn't die in that scene. She's still there at the end. She flies across the screen in the first trailer. So, yeah, they're both gonna be there. Whether they survive, we will see. Hmm. Uh, um, in Transformers Prime. Am I right? Yeah. If not, don't crucify me on this one. Um, but didn't The Rock voice Cliffjumper when he died in Transformers Prime? Correct? Possibly. Um, uh, I mean, it was a bit soon, but there you go. I mean, I guess they didn't wanna pay The Rock too much, and didn't I don't know, didn't someone else voice him as well? I don't know. My memory's a little bit hazy, a little bit hazy. And then Cliffjumper got split in half in Bumblebee, didn't he? So if I'm a bad spelling, I type fast. I do that as well, so don't worry about it. Do you think Studio Series Rhinox is a good or bad idea? Is the main line. Well, I saw that image today floating around about Studio Series Rhinox. He looks really good, but how has that appeared again? Like, I feel very sorry for toy collectors who collect the Transformers toys, and these things get picked up, like, so early. Like, I try and collect them, and I would love to, like, maybe even do reviews of them, but some people out there are getting them, like, a year in advance. So, like, I mean, I don't know, like, I saw that image today, I was like, "Where'd that come from?" Because that hasn't even been listed on Hasbro Pulse or anything like that. In terms of that Studio Series Rhinox, I think it's good. I would like them I think they're all gonna be Studio Series line. Um, so, yeah, I set myself a goal that I wanted to collect all Studio Rise of the Beast ones, but I may fail because I didn't get Bumblebee, so I have to go and search somewhere else. I think Smith's Toys has got it, so I'll be looking there. The 14th Prime again. What is your favorite Optimus Prime design? Hmm. I like the Bumblebee one, and I think that I'll be honest with you, I think that the Rise of the Beast design is good. Um, I know some people aren't that keen on the face, although it's Peter Cullen's face. But yeah, I really like these designs that we've got at the moment. The Bay designs are good as well. Samurai Bay, I still quite like the look of the face and everything like that, but I just like these more retro designs. I think they're better. Also, guys, if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you are, because obviously we're trying to cover everything up to release of Rise of the Beast. So if you're a new joiner, you're just coming across the channel for the first time, this is my first ever live. Um, you know, the fear of live streaming, but I just wanted to jump online and have a chat with you guys and see how things go. So, it's all good. I'm having a good time. I'm having a good time talking with you all. If you're enjoying it, then obviously let me know. He's probably young. He looks young. He looks a lot younger than Bayverse Prime. Bayverse Prime to me looked like an old man. So Soundwave, the Minicon carrier. That's a great name. I have a theory that Scourge will survive. Here's my proof. Oh, here we go. Here we go. One, he was the second of the Terracons to get Studio Series toy. Okay. Two, he was in the marketing since the first teaser. Three, Unicron can free format him. Okay. Okay. Point one. Okay. Not sure that qualifies that he will survive. Two, still not sure. But three, yes, possibly. Possibly. Hello, Delswood. Hello, is it Iger? Iger? I'm one of them. Did I get it right? Director of Madness. My favorite Transformers is Transformers 1, as in the Bayverse Transformers. I love that movie. It's great. I think Shia LaBeouf and Megan Fox was good in that movie as well. Um, yeah, I I think my order currently, as it stands, is is Bumblebee, Transformers 2007, Transformers: Dark of the Moon. I love Dark of the Moon. I think it's a really good movie. Uh, Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen, then Transformers, of course, Age of Extinction, and then lastly, The Last Knight. Last Knight probably wouldn't even been on that list, but it has to be, so no idea. They must have just gone on holiday. No idea. Maybe hopefully that gets explained in the movie, what happened. Um 'Cause obviously we ended the Bumblebee movie where we see the pods coming down, they're looking up, and they're coming down. So hopefully we get some sort of maybe, clarification. I don't think we will. I think we'll just be starting in 1994, maybe some backstory on Optimus, but I don't think we're gonna get too much history from the Bumblebee movie to that movie unless it's related to Optimus and Bumblebee specifically. Yeah, Mirage is going to be cool, 80s kid from the 90s. I'm really looking forward to this. I think Pete Davidson's voice sounds perfect for the character, um, and I just think he's going to be a standout of the movie. I'm excited for Mirage. Also another one, Soundwave coming in with the fire. Also, Scourge has gotten a poster, but none of the other Terracons have gotten a poster. This is getting good. This is getting juicy. We haven't even heard Terracon's voice. The other Terra but it doesn't mean he's gonna survive, does it? Not sure about it. Not sure. Not sure. The poster, but still not sure. Unicron's in the background. Could reformat him. Hey, Aaron Salvador. Hey, I saw everyone. Scourge. Yeah, yeah. I think he hunts all of them. So I don't know how that's gonna work. I thought that the story of this was going to be that they're searching for the transwarp key, and in order to do that, they would be freeing the Terracons. But I think that story is going to be way off because Unicron's involved now. So who knows? Who knows? Junkions, yeah. As long as it's not the one from last night. What was his name? Day Trader. Remember Day Trader? Alfonso, hello. Hello. I probably got your message like later, but hello. Good to see you. And Fire Bros. Oh my God. We've got all the clang. These guys are awesome. Um, favorite character and why is it Transwarp? Oh my God. The obsession, Fire Bros. You guys are obsessed with Transwarp. Did I say Transwarp? Transit. Why? I don't know. Um, yeah, it's transit, isn't it? It's transit. Also, also, the Rise of the Beast trailer, guys, trailer reaction is the best trailer reaction. If you haven't seen it on Twitter, go and check Fire Brothers because they have the content. It's good. Also, Alfonso, congratulations on the interview with David Sobolov as well. Very cool. As in Tucci? Yeah? 2 versions? Did we need it? Not sure we did. Not sure we did. I know, so cool, so cool. Love it, love it. Thank you for popping in. Okay, I'm gonna try and get up to date with you guys because I'm lagging behind. I'm lagging behind. Okay, I'm getting there. I'm still miles behind. Rise of the what? Rise of the Fallen? I don't know. I don't know. What do you expect from the next movies? I think the Unicron story is going to be the trilogy. That's what I think. So I don't think Unicron's going to die in this movie. Interesting though how Elena, I think it is. I'm terrible at pronouncing that, but I'm pretty sure she's hanging from Unicron. So no, no. He gets revived. He's going to get revived. I'm sure of that. Okay, guys, I'm on the catch up. I'm on the catch up because I am far, far away. So, uh, on there. If they ever make a sequel, I wonder if we'll see not just other proper factions like Predacons and Decepticons, but also new Autobots, maybe for Maximal. Yeah, well, you'd hope so, wouldn't you? You'd hope so. I hope this isn't just going to be like a one and done with the Maximals. I think it needs to be more than that, because I think the Maximals, I think that's the interest. I think once people saw the Beast characters, that sort of reinvigorated the franchise for people to want to see a big Transformers live action movie. Bumblebee was small, this is big. Doo-doo. And also, guys, are you actually enjoying me doing a live stream? Because if you are, then let me know, and I will try and maybe make a scheduled one on a weekly basis. Because I am really enjoying talking to you guys and not having to worry about making the video absolutely, perfect the way, some of the videos have to be when you do the news. So this is kinda cool just to jump on and just sort of, you know just chat about Transformers. It's good, it's good. Do you think Michael Bay's involvement in the movie will affect the movie and how it looks? I think he'll have influence. I think he's had influence in helping Stephen Cable Jr., but Stephen Cable Jr. is a relative novice to this style of movie. So, I mean, Cable Jr. is a good director, and Michael Bay knows the franchise and how to make things bigger in spectacle. So I don't think it's a bad thing, Bay being involved. If anything, he's giving Cable Jr. pointers in how to do the live action. So I think it's cool. I think it's cool. I don't think, just to say on Michael Bay, I don't think he's had any involvement in the story whatsoever. He might have said, you just kind of reference my movies a little bit, but I mean, this is a Cable Jr. film, so there's lots of people coming in this movie. Um, yeah, yeah, maybe, but I think everything looks pretty good. What if the other Maximals like Rattrap, Tron, were on Earth? That is, could be, could be. It would be nice to get them all in there somehow. Brr says, "Do you think there's any chance for Rattrap and the other Preds to make small appearance?" I think there is an opportunity for the Predacons to somehow be in the movie, the ones that we know. I don't think Rattrap will be in the movie, but I could be wrong. We did talk about this briefly with someone else. Have you heard? I'm going to answer as many questions as I can, guys. So, have you heard a new game? Yeah, Transformers Reactivate. It's not kind of not new now, is it? It's like it's been floating around for a long time. Yes, I mean it'll be nice when it comes out because it's been talked about for a long time. So, what are your thoughts on Transformers: Rise of the Beast so far? Sarcasm intense. What are you looking forward to the movie currently as it stands? If we weren't to get any more sort of trailers or marketing or anything like that, are you going to see this movie? Are you excited about it? What are we saying? I'm coming up to date, so I'm watching to see what you guys are saying now. So, you know, go for it. Tell me, are you looking forward to this movie? And if so, why? Let's see what you guys are saying. And nobody said if they're liking the stream. So, I don't know if this is going well or not. I think so. I think so. Okay, we're getting answers. We're getting answers. We're getting answers. Five brothers straight in there. I'm making an almost 1 hour long video on everything on reactivate. Oh, okay. Good, because it's been a long time coming. Dan the man. You are the man. You are the man. If you're gonna go watch Rise of the Beast Fighter. Do you know, um, I went and saw Transformers Dark of the Moon, I think 3 or 4 times at the cinema. Um, so I think I went I don't know, did I go on my own? I think I went on my own most times. But yeah, I love that movie. I love the action of that movie. Whoa, 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 whoa. That one, that one, that one. Oh, oh, oh. Thank you. I know. Not like I was begging for someone to tell me that. But no, I appreciate it because I just wanna know if these are sort of things you guys are interested in because I rarely do live streams. So if you are, then we'll try and make this a bit more where we can just sort of talk Transformers as well. We know Wheeljack, RC, and Mirage were in the pods. My question is, who were the remaining 4? In Bumblebee, right? Yeah. Mhm. I don't think it matters though for this movie because I don't think it's gonna be acknowledged. Yeah. Yeah, you got it, you got it. Optimus Prime 18. There's a lot of Optimuses in the chat today. There's a lot of Optimuses. Um, I'm so hyped for this movie. Oh, I'm so hyped for this movie. Finally, a movie where the bots get most screen time. I know this is what's cool. This is what I'm sort of excited about is that we're getting more bot screen time than we probably ever had, and it's all going to be focused on the characters of it. And so, Lorenzo's mentioned the character art for Optimus, so it sounds like he is going to be the driving force of this movie. So we'll have to see how that goes. Um, and it looks like Peter Cullen had a blast making this movie as well. Let's mention that as well. Peter Cullen looks like he had a wicked time working with Stephen Cable Jr., and that's awesome to see. So I'm excited about that. I think everybody's had a blast working with Stephen Cable Jr. So I just hope the movie delivers. I hope so. Yeah, I think so. I think so. Oh, oh, oh. Okay, cool. I will do. I think we're getting that. I think we're getting that. But I'll be honest. I know that people say that, but I actually think the characters in Rise of the Beast are pretty interesting. Anthony Ramos' character is cool, and I think it's going to be interesting because I said initially that Anthony Ramos was going to steal the Porsche, and I am now beginning to think that I'm so right with that because um, you know, it sounds like he also is trying to steal something from the museum as well, so 'cause his family are hard up and stuff, so he's looking for things to steal, sell, whatever, trying to better his family by doing things not quite in the right way, and obviously he runs into Mirage, so I think it's cool, I think it's exciting. So, yeah, less humans, but if we do get humans, let's make them worth having, let's give them a good connection, like Hailee Steinfeld had with Charlie with Bumblebee. That was cool, that good, that worked. I don't know about that. I mean, he's looked like that from the beginning, hasn't he? I didn't like the way he looked in the first trailer. I thought his eyes looked a little bit crazy. You know, he had crazy Optimus eyes, I think in Revenge of the Fallen. There's looked much better in the second trailer, but I still think there's a little bit of work to be done. Here's a big one, Intimidator X. It's a cool name. You think the Predacons will make a cameo appearance in the Beast Planet like Beast vs Megatron, Pterosaur, Beast vs Dinobot? Also hoping OG or Dinobot. Um, I think that we will get I'm hoping that we might get a Predacon of noteworthy name, as an end credit scene, but I don't know if that's a dead cert. I don't think so. Yes, look at that. That's cool. Mm. Yeah, but Lennox character has loads of sort of like, well, the Transformers last night, I got invited to, a Michael Bay. It was like a host with the cast and the director and, Lennox, who played Lennox? What was his name? No, no, can't remember his name. Tell me, chat, tell me. Who was the actor that played Lennox? Oh my god, I've gone so blank. Come on, brownie points in the chat can tell me who played Lennox. Hold on, might have to check this out myself. How do I not know this? Well, I do know this. 1 second, we're gonna check this. Mm. Josh Duhamel. Ah, there we go. Yeah, Josh Duhamel was there, and, he basically said that his character just got 0 character development. Like, he had a kid, he had a wife, Transformers 2007, and Transformers Last Night, he just didn't have anything. He was like he just forgot about all them, scrap all that, and Michael Bay just laughed it off. So, yeah, I mean, that says it all. Tenzin Bakardro. Can you give me a brief explanation of who Scourge is the origin and how he was created? Which side is Scourge on as a new fan? There's not a lot of info. There you go. Everyone's telling me now. Just I beat you to it. I beat you to it with Google's help. Um, there's not a lot of info about Scourge. No one really knows how he's been created or anything like that yet. Potentially a bounty hunter that collects Autobots, what Terracons? He might do as well. He might beat up his own kind, but he collects insignias of other bots. He's a bit of a mercenary, and yeah, we don't know if he's been created by Unicron or he works for Unicron. But I think something to do with that Terracon logo attached to his face would be a cool idea to associate him being built by Unicron, but we'll have to wait and see. See, everybody's coming. Everyone's nailing it now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Cool. How do you mean? How do you mean? Shockwave edits. Hello, good to see you. I think it's your first question, isn't it? Do you think Unicron will transform this time? He does, doesn't he? I said this, he does. We do see the head of Unicron. So we see the Planet Eater in the trailer, and we see him coming and destroying a planet. I'm not sure what planet that is. It sounds like it could be a Maximal planet now. Um, but we also see the eyes and stuff when Unicron is talking or speaking to Scourge, and he also speaks because we've got a voice actor confirmed as well. So he will transform. Studio series, Scourge has Terracon insignia in his grill. Yes. Yeah, shout out to the Fire Brothers and Alfonso as well. It's so cool that, I didn't actually expect many people to come and visit the stream, so it's really nice. And also, just want to say, Alfonso's reaction was crazy, yeah, and the Fire Brothers coverage of Transformers: Rise of the Beast and everything else has been very cool as well, so make sure you're both subscribed. I'm sure you are already subscribed, everyone out there. How do you feel about Studio Series Rhinox? How are we supposed to feel? I think it's cool. Um, the box looked wicked, and the figure probably looked good. Again, I can't get over how that's out there already. Like, it's not even listed on Hasbro Pulse or anything like that, and already it's, like, out there. I wouldn't be surprised if someone will be reviewing that very soon. And, for standard collectors, it'd just be nice if we could, like it would just be nice for those figures to appear on Hasbro Pulse first, and then people get their pre-orders in and the excitement of them receiving it, I think, instead of them already being online before. I know, it's kinda crazy, isn't it? It's kinda crazy. That's why I don't envy toy collectors doing toy reviews because unfortunately, the figures, like, online a year in advance in a review video, that's crazy, you know? It puts everyone else at a disadvantage, you know, and the excitement to reveal it, it's, like, kinda gone. Like, with the news, because I cover mostly news, it's very exciting when you get a new piece of news and you're like, "Oh, I wanna put it out there." The figures is very hard to do because it's like somehow the figures are getting out before anyone even knows. Ultra Magnus, welcome. Rise of the Beasts. Why is there Scourge in the movie? The TV series didn't have him. The G1 Transformers 985 mixing two things. Well, I think it's just a different version of Scourge, to be honest. Like I said, he wasn't a Terracon, was he? He was a Decepticon. He was created by Unicron, so that's what makes you wonder if there's gonna be that connection that Unicron creates Scourge. Um, I don't know if you saw my video where I took the 1986 voice of Unicron and put it to the trailer moment. It kind of works very well. So it's kind of maybe that's gonna happen. Okay, okay, I've got to keep up with you guys. Another Prime, Tristan Prime. Hello. Imagine Scourge is another Universe Prime and Battletrap is Ironite. No, 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 no. We can't be doing that. Like the Scourge Optimus thing, I'm kind of I'd maybe accept that, but no, can't have like Battletrap as Iron. I know there was a figure that had like half and half or something like that, but no, don't do that, please, please. Not really. The whole theory of the Bayverse, Autobots being Terracons, isn't that interesting to me. Okay. Question. Another Prime. There's so many Primes. Optimus Prime 18. Do you think Unicron is destroying the Maximal planet in the trailer? Yeah, it's interesting about that planet. Um, yes, I'm beginning to think that he does. It's an interesting one about that planet. He's not destroying Earth, so it's gotta be some sort of flashback to what he did, to the Maximal planet. Or maybe it's just another planet just showing that how he can destroy things because he is a planet eater and a lord of chaos. I'm excited to hear his voice though, because the voice actor has got a pretty menacing voice, so I think it will be good. I think the voice casting for this movie is very good. I really like it. I know he had issues with, Gary Chalk not being cast as Primal, but I think Ron Perlman does do a good job, although I still would have liked Gary Chalk, so just a dishwasher. I dislike the Bayverse, and that Optimus Scourge thing is gross. Okay, alright. I mean, if I'm being honest, I don't think they should do that, but you wouldn't put it past them, would you? Do you think that the Decepticons will team up with the Predacons in a potential sequel? I don't know. I'm not sure how that's gonna go at the moment. I think possibly, but I don't think I think that this Unicron story is gonna continue. What would be interesting is if the Decepticons were involved and they disliked Unicron, so that'd be quite interesting. I did answer this earlier, but I'll answer it again for anybody that's joined. Um, I don't think she is going I'd like her to transform. I don't think she will transform because we haven't seen much of it. Although I'd find it strange that she doesn't transform because she has been confirmed as having the most dialogue besides Primal as one of the Maximal characters. So she's got a lot going for her that she should transform. So let's put it that way. Holla, Deus Lord. Yes, thank you. The Haynes, thank you. Hello, hello. We're going back in time in 1994 to get Unicron off the menu. That's right, we're going back in time, 1994 to get Unicron off the menu. Off the menu. Hmm. What new faction we'll have in the next movie, like Rise of the Beasts? I don't think we'll have anything new. I think that we will probably revisit Decepticons or introduce proper Predacons. What are you guys thinking about Scorponok then? Are you thinking that Scorponok, because it's not a Scorponok army, is it? It's like loads of different things. Where have they come from? That's a question for you guys. Where have they come from? Who have they come from? Unicron, Terracons, freed them. Were they on Earth? And where is that final battle taking place? That's what I'd like you guys to theorize for me and tell me what you think. Also, guys, if you aren't subscribed, obviously drop me a subscribe. And if you are enjoying these streams, I would like to get rid of that little StreamYard logo at some point. But I just thought for now it was simple enough to just come and chat with you guys like this. Okay, I've answered that one. Yes, yes. MMR Productions. Yes, yes, yes. I am so excited to see more of Peter Dinklage as Scourge. Mm. He's got a pretty, menacing voice, and I think I like the effect that they put on the voice as well. I actually like the effect they put on all the voices. I don't know if you guys noticed, I mentioned it in my video that went up last night. Um, Peter Cullen's voice was the only one that didn't really have an effect on it, and I think that's because he recorded his lines from home, so maybe they were tidying that up so they could put some sort of effect on it for the movie, in the ADR session that they had. Yeah, they did say that Scourge is going to be some sort of horror character, so it makes sense what you just said. No way! Freddie, cool. Hi, Dazzle. Greetings from Peru. That is so awesome. I mean, did you get to see any of the filming out there when they were there? Did you see any of the bots when they were in Peru? Very awesome to hear that I've got a watcher from Peru. That's so cool. I hope there will be a special screening here. I hope so too. It deserves it. When the statues come to the UK, I'm definitely going to go see them. So I'll try and record some videos and some selfies and whatnot, because they're going to be here till June 9th, till the release here in the UK. So yeah, I'm very excited to see the bots here. I hope we get the Mirage one as well, but who knows? I wonder where they will be situated here. Hopefully, if they're not in London, then I might be a bit screwed. But hopefully, they will be. Maybe Constructicons could be cool. Do you know, Constructicons could be cool if they are actually like bots, not how we got Devastator in the Bayverse. Although I did like the way they did that. I mean, that was the biggest thing of Revenge of the Fallen, wasn't it? To see that huge bot come together. I mean, that scene is pretty epic. The whole connection of the bot. It's really it's cool. It's cool to see. It's not a great version of Devastator by any means, but it's a cool version of Devastator. Oh, interesting. Or are you just mocking me with something about that? With Optimus Let Them Come and all those other things? Yeah, I think so, to answer this one. I think so. I'd expect so. I mean, I don't think the planet's been destroyed yet, so yes. Yes, yes, yes. That's what we want. I would love Frank Welker to be Megatron. I think a lot of us complain when Peter Cullen isn't Optimus, and I think we should feel that. An interesting question for you guys. It's not really Rise of the Beasts, but when Peter Cullen does decide that he no longer wants to or can play Optimus, how do you think that is going to work? And like, because to me, I think that it's great to hear Peter Cullen in every Transformers movie, um, but I also think that it would be nice if Peter Cullen could possibly pick a successor to him. He doesn't have to sound like Peter Cullen. He doesn't have to be. I don't really like the whole rip-off Optimus where they pretend to be Peter Cullen. I'm not keen on that. I like people to have their own. For example, David Kaye voicing Optimus Prime in the Transformers animated. That was his version. It's a very nice version. Um, I don't like it when they just try and pretend to be Peter. And so I'd like Peter to maybe give his blessing to someone to take that character forward. Whether that happens or not, I don't know. But I think, you know, we all have to accept at some point he might not play Optimus forever. He will forever be Optimus Prime, of course. Um, but who would you or how would you see that transition? I'd like him to choose a successor if he could. And I'd like and it will be interesting because we'd all have to sort of take on that it will be a different voice, um, unless they have someone that sounds like the Peter Cullen version, and I just don't want I don't really want that, to be honest. I'm not really keen on that. I haven't li I always find, like, say, for example, Transformers, War for Cybertron series, um, that wasn't what no. I'd rather them if you're gonna sound like Peter, just have Peter Cullen do it. That's like where with Transformers 1 and they picked Chris Hemsworth, um, at least you're gonna get a take from Chris Hemsworth. I don't believe he's going to pretend to be Peter Cullen by any stretch of the imagination, so that works for me. Okay, now so, as I have just decided to talk forever, I need to sort of catch up with you guys. Hey Delzord, if you're planning on doing more live streams in the future, try adding music in the background. Yeah, I was going to look at doing that, but today was sort of just to see how things went. Also, I'd have to sort out the non-copyright stuff. Um, I didn't want to be getting done for copyright on the first video or anything like that. So yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, maybe we'll get a little bit of sound in the background. You want to see me dancing, though, do you? So no, no. I think I don't know. Don't know, could that work? He's Knuckles, isn't he? He's Knuckles in Sonic. Oh, Freddy. I live in Costco, however, kept in touch with locals. The fact that the chase scene in the alleys took 5 cool, very cool, very cool. When the last night was over here, they filmed in London, but I never got a chance to go see it. But I think my uncle actually did get to see it, so that's very cool. I don't know if you can actually hear that outside, but it sounds like barricades just gone tearing up the highway. I don't know what's going on. Can you hear that? Mad. Maybe, maybe. No way, very cool. That's awesome. That's awesome. I would love to see the truck mode, over here at some point, of the Rise of the Beast Optimus. I don't know. I was thinking about that the other day, will he say it? I don't think it kind of works if it's not, Gary Chalk saying it, but maybe. Do you really think that? Do you really think an AI I don't, but I don't see the movie franchise looking at AI. I see the movie franchise looking at, another actor. I don't know. The AI topic is an interesting discussion. No, he's not. No, no, no. So you guys got any other questions? Any other questions? I mean, like I said, I was asking you guys about the whole voice acting side of things. What do you guys think? But yeah, in terms of the streams, I'm gonna have to like look into some like additional bits and bobs and things like that. Um, you know, this is like all brand new in a sense, but it's fun. It's fun. Getting online and chatting to you guys is the best bit. The interaction's cool. I mean, we just had like endless questions and it's just been great. It's been great replying to them all. Trying to reply to them all. Okay, here's another one. Mr. Jamanza, I'm gonna go with. I hope that's right. I want to ask you a question and please answer me. Are Scourge and Optimus Prime from Michael Bay's universe and Unicron destroyed Earth? I don't think so. I can't. It wouldn't surprise me if potentially they did do something like that, but I think that that wouldn't be received that well. So I'm going to say no, that's not going to happen. But it wouldn't surprise me if the Optimus from the future thing did come up. But I just think this is new, so hopefully they don't go there. Although, like I said, after watching that trailer, it made me feel like it might happen. No, no, no more. Look. MMR Productions, look, we can't just keep recycling bots. Yeah, maybe the Shatter and Dropkick, but then I just don't really see that. I think that Stephen Jr. is going to go for new characters. I think that if they kill any Decepticons in this movie, like say for example Transit, I think Transit might be repurposed as one of the Terracons. Anyway, so it looks like the Terracons have touched down from wherever they've come from because the 3 of them are traveling under the Brooklyn Bridge. In the second trailer, it wasn't in the first trailer, but in the second trailer they are. He's not Ironhide. He's not Battletrap is not Ironhide. No, 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 no. If he is, be damned. Would be cool, but kinda like they kind of like done the Scourge character looking like that, no? I know it's a different symbol, but still kind of went with the face and everything. I would love Agent Burns to return. I honestly thought they should have done a spin-off series with John Cena, but they missed the chance. I think the Sector 7 character could have worked really well. They could have done it with a smaller scale. So I thought that was a Paramount Plus series all the way until he got snapped up for Suicide Squad. And now there's no chance I don't think he's going to be coming back to Transformers. He's just going from strength to strength. Yes, Transformers might be doing well again soon, but I really wished they've done a bit more with Haley Steinfeld and John Cena. They had a good chance there. They're both good. Maybe. I don't do stop motion, but I mean, anyone that does do stop motion, that's very awesome because stop motion is cool. Stop motion is very cool. I don't know how I could give you advice on it, but yeah. What's this one? I hope we see the Maximals in robot mode for a good amount of time. I don't know. I think most of the movie they're going to be spent in beast mode. I think that's the big selling point of the movie is that they're the beasts. So I think you might see them flutter in and out of beast to robot. I don't think we're going to see many scenes of them as the robots, to be honest. Though she might, she might do. If she does, I think Air Razor will get rid of her. If anybody's gonna say that, it's gonna be Optimus, no? Prime, not Primal. So where are we at? I think we'll go for maybe half an hour longer, and then we'll see where we're at. Like I said, it's pretty cool to spend a Friday with you guys. Um, yeah, I've just enjoyed it. I mean, I hope you guys have enjoyed the coverage on the channel when it comes to Transformers. I've tried to keep you guys as up to date as I can. I mean, some days the news is just overwhelming. There's so much of it, and then other days there isn't, and it's trying to come up with some different things for you guys that might be pique your enjoyment. Um, but you guys get to know me a bit better through the live stream, I think. So yeah, I mean, my videos are very specific. I just want to bring you guys the news. So that's sort of my plan. And even if it's not really worth talking about. Maybe it's just worth, like, showing you guys something that's popped up online. I think it's still worth letting you guys see it. I haven't really covered Transformers 1 that much yet because there's been so much Rise of the Beast stuff, but we will be focusing on that a bit more, in the future as well. Um, so yeah. Versus Karen. Interesting, okay. Mad. Freddy, I'll answer that for you. What do we know about the plot so far? We know that the Autobots the Autobots, the Terracons, they're all in the end searching for something to save the world again. It's a race against time, globe-trotting adventure. It's kind of forming the same premises as all the Transformers films, um, besides Bumblebee. There's a search for something, they have to find an artifact, and then it sounds like that's the key, that was hinted about in some leaked audio. The only difference now is that the Unicron aspect kind of maybe changes a little bit of that story, but we don't really know enough about Unicron yet, how important he's going to be in this movie. I mean, we've seen some scenes of him, but could they be flashbacks? They might be. We don't really know that yet. So the story's kind of, they're searching for something and the good guys and the bad guys, and we'll see where it goes from there. I'm alright with this. I'm alright with that, the greatness, because it's a younger version of Prime, and it will be, a take on Prime that won't be copying Peter Cullen. Um, I don't think Peter Cullen would have really worked for the young version in Transformers 1. So it will be interesting to see, how it goes. But this also we have to bear in mind what sort of, I suppose, they're going for with this movie is a bit like what we've just seen with the Super Mario Brothers movie, where we've got famous voice actors instead of, you know, franchise actors. Um, and so that's what they're gonna go for again, I think, with Transformers 1. But if they do a good job, great. If they make it their own character, then great. It's just when I just find that they imitate Peter Cullen, and like, well, if you're gonna imitate Pete, just get Peter Cullen. It's better. So, but I don't think this version is going to be the fully formed Peter Cullen version yet. That's the way you should look at it, that the Optimus that we know and love is the fully formed Optimus, and that's Peter Cullen. Yeah, pretty much. Searching for that key, but we don't really know what that key does yet. I think the Maximals do. I think Primal. She will, and we will miss Charlie. Well, I will, because I think that she was a good character, and I think that there could have been more stuff to do, and Haley Steinfeld would have been a good get for more movies. So is Optimus Primal still a descendant of Optimus in this movie? Because supposedly they come from the Max. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the. I haven't. looked into this bit enough. I keep seeing this news about that they come from a different planet. I know Stephen Cable Jr. mentioned it. I need to do a bit more research on that. Um, I kind of like the idea that they all came from Cybertron, to be honest with you, but I know that maybe they've changed that story now. What's this one? If the movie fails at the box office, a reboot is inevitable in the next 5 years, right? Uh, I think that we should all hope this movie succeeds, because if it does fail, it will be a very frustrating path, possibly, because if this has been lined up for more sequels, then they may scrap it, and if they scrap it, you know, the road get coming back to it and reboot. Look, this is supposed to be a reboot. I'm pretty confident that this is supposed to be a reboot. I think that this movie is going to do well. I don't think it will do better than The Flash. I think The Flash will gross $1 billion, just because I just think that it's got a lot in it, and there's a lot of things people want to see, and also there's a lot of feelings in that movie that could have huge impact for DC going forward. So I think that The Flash is the biggest challenger to Transformers: Rise of the Beast. I know some people think Spider-Verse is. I don't think so. Um, so yeah, I think that, but I think that The Flash will do better. Um, but that's not to say that Rise of the Beast can't do well. I think Rise of the Beast does, let's say, let's put it out there now. Let's go. I think Rise of the Beast will gross about 800. Yeah. And so that's a 200 million budget, and it grosses 800. So that's pretty good. That means that we're in a good position. So even if The Flash does a billion, Rise of the Beast has done very well. Um, I think people wanna see this movie. I think it's a bit different. When you see if you see the trailer and you're a casual and you see Optimus Primal banging his chest and all that stuff, it's a bit different. It's not I don't think this is gonna suffer any sort of, comic book hangover like the Marvel stuff is doing at the moment. The reason why I think people tuning out the Marvel stuff is 'cause it all very much looks a bit the same. And the DC stuff, you know, people know that they're rebooting their universe, and the only movie that has got a ton of stuff in it that has probably anything major going on in it is The Flash. Aquaman comes out at the end of the year, people aren't sure about that, but, you know, Shazam, it just didn't feel that had enough in it to really get people to go, uh, after Black Adam, and they decided to sort of kill that off. So, you know, I think Rise of the Beast has got a really great chance to succeed. The thing that will be important is the story. It has to be a good story that builds to more. Don't don't be doing last night's story on us. So from now, movies will be free to show Twin Towers since we get complete New York shot anymore. I don't know. I don't know the answer to that, but, I think it's pretty obviously, there's some history with Pete Davidson's father, I think, or, or someone that he was related to, with the World Trade Center, so I'm pretty sure they would have wanted this in as respect for us, so I think it's quite a nice touch. It's definitely done as a positive, um, in memory of how the Twin Towers looked at that time, so yeah. What happened to Michael Bay's universe after Transformers: The Last Night and Unicron destroyed Earth and Cybertron? Nothing. Nothing happened. It's just forget it. No one wanted to talk about that story anymore, so they didn't want it. I would have liked a bit of an answer to how the Earth was gonna be Unicron, but we're not gonna get that. I don't even think Michael Bay knew how he's gonna do that. I don't know, Freddie. I don't know if Megatron's gonna be in it, but, it would be cool if he was. I think it's just being teased because I think a figure came out, but we always get that. We always get figures that aren't gonna be in the movie, so I don't mind a full reboot, wouldn't be too bad. You could start for the beginning with everything, and you can finally go away from all of it. Yeah, but I think that I think Bumblebee and this are the reboot. So I think that the full reboot is now. The only the only thing that's stopping it from being a reboot is that Lorenzo de Bonaventura doesn't wanna offend Michael Bay, um, by saying it is a reboot because it's just almost being a bit like they still have some and it also doesn't offend the people that like the Bayverse, so it still adds that, we those movies are still worth watching if you want to. The minute you just say it's reboot, everything those movies just become so insignificant, and I don't think they wanna do that. I think they wanna keep it all open. But it is a reboot, I think. Stephen Cooper Jr. thinks it is, so I don't know how that works in live action. I mean, if you had the Galvatron, cannon, if you transformed into that, that would work. But the little pew pew, yeah, I'm not sure about that. Pew, 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 pew. You can clip that. Thanks, Leon. Yeah, yeah, I got a couple of them. The WWE one's there as well. So yeah, I got another YouTube channel, a wrestling one, but I haven't posted in a little while. So I'm a huge fan of wrestling, Transformers, all that jazz. So yeah, I think there's an image online, Egg Dude. So I think you can see concept art of it. I think it will be if you look at Josh Cooley's work, it's going to be kind of fun. So yeah, I'm not sure. I think so, but I don't know. Maybe. I have to respect for Cable Junior saying that there is more in this TF universe than just bots and cons fighting each other. Maybe we could see some stuff from the other Transformers media. Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you're gonna make, I just think that with Transformers, there's so much you can do. Um, the the universe is huge. The universe is as good as a Marvel or a DC. The characters are as good as well. But the difference is that probably the expense of these movies are probably a lot more in a sense, because of the transformations and things like that that have to be made. However, Bumblebee proved if you don't expect to get to if you expect to make a profit from a movie, Bumblebee works. But if you expect every Transformers movie to gross, you know, the heights of a Michael Bay film from the first 3 movies, that expectation can't work. What you've got to do is start thinking, "Right, the big budget Transformers: Rise of the Beasts movie, that's gonna make 800, if lucky, 1,000,000,000. That would be amazing." I don't think it's gonna do that, but then we have other smaller movies come out, and we just want them to make a profit. So then we could have movies about, say, for example, one character, like we had with Bumblebee, and expand this as a universe, not just 3 films and done, reboot it, 3 films and move on. I really would love some actual world continuity, having like a little film, a big film, a little film, a big film. Don't forget, Anguillermo Mosotto, who is directing Blue Beetle, has a Transformers movie scheduled, but we don't know what it is. Hi, Flame Royal. Hello. How was the movie? Was it any good? I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. What makes you think that? Hopefully we'll get to see it at some point, but I haven't seen it yet. Um, but I hope it'll be good. I'll let you know when I do. I thought it sounded good. I don't know why they didn't wanna use Travis Knight for other stuff. Travis Knight did a great job. I don't know, I would always like to know why they didn't choose Travis Knight for this movie. Um, Probably because he would have liked to expanded on his character, his Bumblebee arc, and this then just goes bigger, and maybe that he didn't wanna do that. Um, but yeah, I think Travis Knight would have been great doing a bit more, but they went a different route. I would have liked to have seen the Buddy movie that they were talking about. No idea on this Metroplex thing. They kept saying about the stone wall character in Machu Picchu, but I don't think that's coming. Um, yeah. No, 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 nothing like that, nothing like that. If I get invited, then I'm going, but nothing like that, no. Do they? We still got a long way to go yet. Like June 9th is still a bit away. If I got invited to see Sonic early, and it was only a few days before, so it's for a few days before the premiere. So yeah, um, but it makes me laugh because we've had a lot of insiders initially saying how bad the movie was, and then they did reactions to it, and then they were like, "This looks great." So it makes you wonder why, when an insider puts a negative out like that, why they don't then follow it up by explaining why they thought it would, why they've been told that, um, and then how they're going to feel when they react to the trailer. What happens is they put that out there, they don't say it anymore, and then they react to the trailer like, "Oh, this looks great." Mm, you said it was a mess. I don't really understand all that, but we've had a few insiders do that. From my perspective, the way the movie looks at the moment looks really good. It looks really good, really exciting. Last I heard, he was doing a movie with Mark Wahlberg, but it never, I don't know if it came off. Maybe, maybe. Will we see Megatron, Soundwave, Shockwave, Starscream, and the rest of the Decepticons appear in the sequel? I think it will be more likely in the sequel, yes, but I don't know. I would say that the Decepticons are more likely to have a more interesting role than just like the odd cameo like they're gonna get in this movie. Still a bit rough about hearing Gary Chalk isn't gonna be Primal, but I suppose Perlman, yeah, fits a brute. Yeah, I agree. I would have liked Gary Chalk to have got the nod, to play Primal, but I do think Ron Perlman sounds really good. So, you know, it didn't happen. I would have liked, Gary Chalk, David Kaye, all the gang involved, but they wanted the big name, and luckily enough, with Ron Perlman, he has voiced the character before, and he said he wanted to better what he did before, which, I mean, I think he's done. I think he's achieved that. Do you think the length is enough for all the characters' involvement in this movie? What is the runtime? Does anyone actually know the runtime? Yeah, I didn't know that had been revealed. I think they'll fit them all in fine, I think. Yeah, I know there's worry about it being too crammed, but I think it'll be okay. As long as the story's good, I'll keep saying that. The main thing for me with Rise of the Beast, it's gotta have a good story, and all I want is it. I would rather, although I know that this doesn't result in more movies being made, I would rather it have a good fan score and a decent critic score, um, because to be honest with you, like Bumblebee didn't make the most money, but it was a really good movie, and that's what I want Transformers films to be really good. I happen to think that this movie, will do well money-wise, but I want it to do well successfully, that it's a good film. That's important to me because if it's not got a good story, you can't build other movies for it. You can't continue it. Astro Train. I think Perlman will be fine. I saw Bumblebee early. I didn't see it that early though. So, yeah, I mean, they're probably doing test screenings now. We saw Josh Cooley said he'd seen the movie. Someone else had said they'd seen the movie as well, I think. So yeah, and anyone that's seen it said it's good. So, good news. Yeah, this is what I mean. Positives are coming from this. So, I think when people said, the rumor going around, and I covered it, that people had said it was a mess on a podcast. It was because it had gone through editing teams and whatnot, and, picking the cut of the movie was becoming difficult because certain people probably wanted one cut, another but I'm pretty sure that happens with most films. Not really, not anymore. I understand why people are upset about Wheeljack, but I also think we have to sort of now accept it. Yeah, of course, it would have been better if they'd gone with the design from Bumblebee because Bumblebee's design has carried over and whatnot. RC's design is pretty much similar, but now I'm just sort of like, "Look, this is Rise of the Beasts Wheeljack. It's not the Wheeljack we know from G1. It's not the Wheeljack that we know with the iconic design, but this is that version of Wheeljack." So yeah, I'm kind of there now. I kind of accepted it. There's no point in keep complaining about it. Oh, did yours get pushed back? Are my man Mark, are you based in, Australia then? With the release that got pushed back there, didn't it? I don't know why. Does anyone actually know why it got pushed back in Australia? Because it's definitely not getting pushed back anywhere else now. Well, it's not getting pushed back here in the UK, because that June 9th seems to be locked. So, did it clash with something? Clash with the Flash, or specific reason? Maybe couldn't IMAX or something like that. I know, that's disappointing. I hate that though. Like when something comes out early, in other countries and you don't get it for a while. It's also a bit like streaming when something comes out and then you don't get it for like months. Everybody leaks it, so stay offline. Apart from my YouTube channel, but then again, might be a bit of a conflict of interest, but yeah, sorry, Mark. That's a disappointment that it got pushed. So Stratosphere is going to transform with a little role, but Air Razor is not with a bigger role. I don't get it. We don't Do we know Stratosphere is actually gonna transform yet? I mean, but I also would say that we don't know about Air Razor, but I think the selling point of the beasts is that they are beasts. So not to say that it shouldn't. She should transform. They should all transform, particularly if they've got a Studio Series figure. They should all transform because it makes sense, and I can't see why Hasbro aren't saying to Paramount, these bots need to transform. That markets the figures better, so it makes sense, goes hand in hand. So, yeah, I wonder if we will get a Studio Series Stratosphere. That'd be interesting. All Autobot faces literally changed. That is a detail from the Bayverse since he's in production. What do you mean, Freddie? What do you mean? He's there, but he's not got any, I don't think he's got influence on design in this movie. That's Cable Jr. What if Scourge was Megatron? I don't know about that. I'm not sure about that. Hopefully not. As far as we know, if we play into the Bayverse continuity, Megatron's on ice until 2007. Okay? If we don't play into that continuity, we don't know what Megatron's up to because Megatron hasn't featured yet. He wasn't in Bumblebee. So it leaves the door open for whatever they want to do with Megs. Who? 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 Right, guys, I think we'll go for another 10 minutes and then we'll wrap things. But yeah, I've had a great time. This has been really good fun. I've really enjoyed just chatting with you guys. Um, if you're enjoying or you have enjoyed this stream so far, then please, again, like I said, let me know that you enjoy something like this. And maybe what we'll do is we'll do something where we'll set up a day and we will talk Transformers on that day. Um, because like I said, I cover all the news. I try to anyway, try and bring you guys as much news as I possibly can across the board. So it's not just Transformers Rise of the Beast, but Transformers 1. If I can do other things, do comparisons, voice comparisons. I want to bring you guys a variety of content, but that's all very specific. So sometimes it's just kind of cool to just jump on here and chat with you guys. So if you're enjoying this, then make sure you let me know. Enjoy stream. Definitely should add some music in the background. I know, but I gotta sort that out. Like this was just something I thought after doing the chat with Rodimus. I thought let's have a chat about this, and I'll have a look into music and things like that. Yes, but like I said, it would be cool if you could have like some Transformer theme music, but you just know copyright and stuff like that. So I'll have to look into all those bits. But this was just really a bit of a day to sort of jump on. No sort of real expectations. It was just really to have a chat with you guys. But I'm not going just yet. I'm not going just yet. Just a dishwater if you're off. Have a great weekend. Enjoy. Enjoy. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that. Thank you. Yes. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. Notification bells and all that jazz, all those cool things. Um, yeah, it's important. It's important. It's cool. Keeps you up to date as well. Yeah. Also, as well, make sure you check out the community tab because I'm putting things in there. I'm doing quizzes, although quizzes aren't really like it's just one question, hardly a quiz. But I'm putting little questions in there. I'm trying to keep you up to date with like things that aren't worth putting in a video. And then I'm also doing big roundup videos. And then in addition to that as well, we just have, trying to keep you up with the news. So sometimes they'll be voiced, sometimes they'll just be like, if it's not worth voicing it, then you'll just see what's there. But trying to give you guys a variety of content, all things Transformers. Thank you for subscribing, Leon. Appreciate it. And if that's your dog, very cool. I've got a boxer dog. I'll have to show you her at some point. Yes, most of my life is the boxer dog. So yeah, very cool. Yes, yes, yes. Where is Studio Series Prime? Where is Studio Series Prime? Where is Studio Series Primal? I mean, these are the two because when Scourge come up, I pre-ordered straight away. So I've now got all the Rise of the Beast figures except for Bumblebee. That's my fault. I have to find the Bumblebee. But yeah, I thought Prime would be announced, but not yet. My man Mark, what are you saying? What are you saying? After Unicron trilogy, they should have the Decepticons pick up a large energon shift on a radar. Yeah, sounds good. Sounds. I always thought, at the end of Bumblebee with the whole signal, sending the signal to Cybertron, and it got disconnected because it was going to inform the Decepticons to come down. I always thought that would be cool in credit scene that they actually did transmit the signal, and the Decepticons did come down. But we're not going there, so yeah. Whose house? Whose house we talking about? Who they protecting? Whose house they protecting? I don't know, not mine. Whose house? If we get Predacon somewhere, I honestly want to see Inferno has the best figure in the Legacy line. I love that figure. So cool. So cool. Also, he'd be cool for the voice character. Another cool dog. Everyone's got dogs. Cool. Love dogs. As always, this movie may get a low score on Rotten Tomatoes, but fans know everything came. What makes you think it's gonna get a low score? What makes you think that? Did you think Bumblebee would get a high or low score? I mean, that's the thing. I don't think anybody thought Bumblebee was gonna get some, like, critically acclaimed, Rotten Tomato fresh score, so, I mean, this could do the same. Dungeons& and Dragons got it, and I didn't think Dungeons& and Dragons was gonna get anything good. I mean, it did Dungeons& and Dragons didn't make very much money at the box office, but it did get a fresh, so it was a good movie, but it didn't make the money. That's the most annoying thing. If a movie's good, but it doesn't make the money, then it means that they don't always wanna make sequels and things to it. So, unfortunately, I mean, it's better off the movie just making the money, but for me, I want the movie to be good. Oh, thank you, Aaron. Thank you. I appreciate that. Rage Nation is a legend. Rage Nation is a legend. I love watching Rage Nation. I even watch Rage Nation's vlogs. He doesn't really do them anymore, but yeah, Rage Nation is so cool. And Fire Brothers content. I mean, they cover everything, so it's cool. I used to cover Transformers on my other channel, which was more of a wrestling channel, Delzinski channel. For those of you that know, it's still there, and I still plan to make more content on that channel, but I've just been focusing on this one. But eventually, I took the jump to do Transformers on its own channel, and because it felt right, and I've really enjoyed this year, like growing this channel, interacting about a subject that I love. Transformers is just so cool. So yeah, I really appreciate all the support and people. I'm glad you're enjoying the content. Where's Planet Cybertron and all this? I assume it's taken over by Decepticons. And yes, yes, yes. I would like to see them involved in conquering Unicron. Yes, please. Thank you. Thank you. Subscriptions, super chats, all those cool things are always welcome. So yeah, thank you very much. Like I said, this stream is sort of a bit of a tester. I'm sort of seeing how this goes. Um, and because you guys seem to enjoy it, I'll definitely plan to do more things and we'll work on things like we'll get some cool things going on with these streams. Maybe we'll do stream specific stuff. Maybe we have a scheduled day where we talk about Transformers. But yeah, this has been awesome. Like I've had so many questions coming through, plenty of questions on coming through, and it's just been non-stop talking Transformers. That's great. Way free. Oh really? Okay. Blue. My box is called Darcy, so yeah. Good dog or naughty dog? That's the question. Wave 4 now, okay. It would be cool to see that figure before the movie comes out or in line with the drop of the movie. I think the Primal figure's gonna be really awesome. Studio Series Primal. I mean, I'll have to look at that one day, but it'll take a lot of time to get it all out. I've got pretty cool, Transformers collection of figures, but I keep a lot of it boxed. I like keeping things in their box. I got the Lego Optimus. I haven't unboxed it. So, I like to keep things boxed at the moment until I get, like, really good displays at home. Um, I don't know, I just like keeping them all nicely, neatly in their boxes. Not that I'm gonna sell them because I don't really see the point in doing that, but they just look nice as they are in their boxes. Although it's very annoying when they don't have a window because, like, Scourge doesn't have a window in the Studio Series, so the artwork's fantastic, but still. Yeah, cool. Solo Beast Wars movie would be cool, but I think that the whole Beast stuff currently Optimus Primal movie would be very interesting, but I think they're gonna be building this trilogy, so Yo, I hope you're still here. You still here, Transformers Alt Mode? Oh my. Transformers Alt Mode has been so fire, keeping up to date with everything. I mean, I'm covering the news on YouTube, but this guy on Instagram, he covers it all. He finds all the things. Amazing. If you're not, go follow him on Instagram. Drop him a follow. He's so cool. He covered a lot of stuff as well during the filming in Peru. So yeah, Transformers Alt Mode is an absolute legend. So yeah, thank you for joining. Thank you for coming and seeing me on my stream. Huh? What? I don't know. I'm not sure about that. Interesting. Yeah, me too. Me too. Me too, Jurassic Floyd. I think we all are. I think we're hoping that this movie's gonna be good. It looks good. Trailers make it look good. Um, I know people have some discrepancies about the CGI. I think it looks good. I like all the CG. I know some things might need to be a little bit more polished, but I think they will be. I'm not one of these people that's so, like, uptight about the CG anymore. Like, I thought The Flash looked okay as well. People were moaning about that. So, you know, for me, key story is key for this movie. Just have a really good story that gets me invested and makes me think, "I can't wait to see the next movie and then the next one and see what goes on." If this is a Unicron trilogy, make me invested in why I should really despise Unicron and why I want Unicron to basically be destroyed at the hands of somebody. Autobots, Decepticons, team, whatever, come together, take down Unicron. Just want it to feel like there's a big bad in this movie that builds to something else, because that's the thing. If we can't get invested in this movie, then, for example, the next one, are people gonna go see it then? So it's all about, for me, story. Story is everything. Story is key with these films. Soundwave reactivated. I'm glad you reactivated for my stream. Hello, hello. I'm gonna hang around a little bit longer. I mean, I've got nothing else to do tonight. I mean, I just wanted to chat with you guys. So Transformers Alt Mode, I ask you a question. How do you think the movie's gonna go? Are you looking forward to the movie? And where do you think the final battle takes place? Please do let me know. Alfonso's still in the building. Very nice. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we'll try and do some more live streams. This has been really fun tonight. I've really enjoyed it. I've had a nice time. It's just cool to just sort of, like I say, my videos are more constructed to get you guys the news. So just to sit here and talk about things and also see everybody's viewpoints, because there's lots of different viewpoints. The Flash, Fast 10, Guardian's going to be a big piece. I think the Flash is. I don't think Guardians will be. Guardians will be gone by then. So Guardians probably not. I'm not sure when is. Oh, that's interesting. Let me hold on. Let's check something. Let's check this. Fast 10. Yeah, Fast 10 will be gone. 19th of May. That's not worth worrying about, really. So, in all honesty, for me, the Flash is because the issue with the Flash is that the Flash comes out a week after Rise of the Beast. So if Rise of the Beast is holding IMAX spots or something like that, potentially the Flash could come in and move that aside. I don't know what the deal would be that Paramount have, but that's sometimes how it works, that cinemas will shift that movie for something bigger or something that's got IMAX priority or paid for spots. When Top Gun: Maverick came out, like, Paramount really dominated it, but there wasn't too much else going on. This is coming bang summer blockbuster, and Flash comes immediately after. So it's yes, there is a huge competitor, but there is room for two beasts, and if the Flash does well, then Rise of the Beast, there's no saying that it can't do well as well. Spider-Verse is there, but I don't think that's gonna affect it. No worries, no worries, no worries. I appreciate you. I mean, your coverage on Instagram, it's just been like, I can't keep up with that. I thought Optimus Prime was Optimus Primal. No, not in this movie anyway. Aaron, you are optimistic, my friend, but I like it. $1.2 billion. I'm calling it. See, this is interesting. Hold on. Let me check something for you guys, right? So currently, yeah, if we look at this quickly, see, what I will do, I will learn more to pull things up on screen so we can talk about things and all that business. But something interesting for us to talk about quickly is, if I can get to it, I'm just looking on my phone. Oh man, tell me I can find it. I've gone past it now. Well, what I was going to say was that the Rise of the Beast trailer has done view-wise. um, I don't know where that tweet has gone. Anyway, I had the stats for the Rise of the Beast trade. Are they? Oh, that's someone else's one. Yeah. So the Flash first trailer did 16 million views. Yeah. Then the second trailer did 28 million views. Rise of the Beast first trailer did 33 million views, and this is at the time of me posting this tweet, so it's probably changed. But the second trailer then did 16 million views. So the Flash has gone from lower to higher, whereas Rise of the Beast has gone from um, higher to lower. But saying that, to be honest, Rise of the Beast has done very well because I expected the Flash to be massive. So I just think that they're both gonna do very well. 1.2 billion, very optimistic. I'm going for about 800 to 850. What you got? Any other predictions? Let me know. Did you see Wheeljack take off his mask? What mask? I haven't actually seen a battle mask for Wheeljack, I don't think. Here we go. I'm of course looking forward to the movie. One thing I'm really excited about is for all the fan stuff. They seem to be doing with the vehicles in the movie, like Brian Ramsey. Yeah, I mean that's the scene. I don't want them to reveal that in the trailers. Do you? Like, I really want that to be something. One issue I have with the Bayverse trailers is they usually showed everything. Like, when we see, although they changed the color of the eyes, we saw Optimus basically decapitating all the Infernicons. That was like a money shot. That should have been saved for the movie. So we saw something cool in the movie, but they literally showed us everything. I think we've seen enough now. We don't really need to see too much more. So that scene, that chase where he gets rammed through the wall, I'd rather us see that at the cinema. I want them to save a bit. So when I'm in the cinema, I'm like, "Oh my god." And I did see, I think David Sobolov mentioned that the end scene is, like, really epic. I don't know what's going on there, but, I mean, that's what I want, some stuff held back, because if we see it all in the trailers, that's frustrating. Bay gave too much away. That's so when everyone was actually going, "Oh, we need another trailer to drop, we need another trailer to drop," I was like, for me, yeah, that would be nice because you get more content, but in theory, I like it when they hold some stuff back, and I think the trailer gave us just about enough. I think the final battle is taking place at the top of the volcano in Peru. You do? Oh, you think that? Okay. I My theory is that it might take place on another planet because it's almost like that there's no one else around. But yeah, Noah's got an exosuit, which is very interesting as well. Interestingly, Wheeljack hasn't had any announcements as of late. It's rumored he's being delayed. Yeah, maybe, but he's not going to be redesigned now. So they might redesign, like, the head, like, to look more like what they've put in the movie, but the movie design is set now. He's not going to be different Wheeljack now. That is Wheeljack we've got on the marketing poster is Wheeljack for this movie. There's no chance they're redesigning him now. When everyone was saying he's being redesigned, I didn't think he was gonna be redesigned, and he wasn't. So, he might have his these little ears that people are looking at, but it's still not really what everyone wanted, but okay. Maybe, maybe. My favorite design. Um, I think I really like Optimus, to be honest. Like, I know there's a lot of controversy about the face, but I think the nostalgia of that being Peter Cullen's face coming through the bot is kind of cool. I like it. It's interesting how perception changed after we found that out. I mean, I once that was said, it was like, everyone's gotta take it back what they said about it, but I was just like, it looked interesting, it looked different. I don't think it should all look like the Bayverse because otherwise it's someone's trying to put their stamp on the movie. So this is Cable Junior's version of Optimus, a bit like how we had Travis Knight's version of Optimus. Do I think they really needed to have the Optimus mouth? Not really, not really. We could have just had the mouth guard, that would work, but they seem to want them all to have mouths, so yeah. Who said that? Who said that? Vision MK. Scourge is Optimus from the Bayverse. That's what some suggest, but I'm not sure. Yeah, yeah, China always does very well, so if it is shown in China, it should do well. I mean, I think the beast stuff could be very interesting. I do think the new trailer definitely showed enough with little 30 seconds, sorry, with only, a little over 30 days until the release. I wonder if they'll I don't think they'll release a full-length trailer. I think they might start releasing the TV spots. I don't really like the TV spots for stuff. I think it spoils things. They give, like, lots of little things away. I've already seen The Flash has started doing that, and I just kind of like I'm like, I'd like trailer 1, trailer 2. If you wanna do another one, okay, but don't really overdo it now, because otherwise there's nothing left to see. So, yeah, I hope they might do another one right in the build bang on June, but I think Cable Junior likes the idea of saving something for the movie. He's very cagey in his interviews. He's like, "I don't wanna give too much away," and I like that. I like that. Possibly. It's not confirmed, but looks like it. Do you find it strange that they gave Mirage a battle mask but not Wheeljack in the renders? No, because I think they all have Brodamus Prime. I like the name. I think they've all got battle masks. We just haven't seen them all yet. The Mirage battle mask is interesting, but I think they really want to play Mirage as this friendly, cool character. So when you put the battle mask, I think he looks a bit too mean. It'd be cool to see the battle mask in the movie. Again, that's something that they haven't shown us yet. So if it's in the movie, when you see it, it's a nice touch. Prime's face is pretty sick, especially if it's true that it's modeled on Cullen. Well, Stephen Campbell Jr. confirmed that it is based on Peter Cullen. I did have people message me saying the Optimus of 2007 is also based on Peter Cullen's face, but I think this really kind of stands out. You can see it. The 2007 one, possibly you see it a bit, but yeah, I think this one stands out more. Oh, look, see, and this is interesting. So we have one person liking it, and then Optimus does look a bit weird, but I say, yeah, I think that's it. I think that you've been conditioned to really get used to the Bayverse Prime, and then I think that the Bumblebee version was pretty on point. So this is different, and we have to get used to that. As I said, we probably could have just got away with, with a face guard, him talking. There was no real need for the mouth, but If they need to have the mouth, then okay. Speaking of growing things, I'm really starting to like Mirage. Love that he said to be, rebellious but chill and calm at the same time. Yeah, I think Mirage is gonna be one of the best characters in the film. I think he's gonna be the one that you can relate to, and I think Pete Davidson's gonna be really good and hopefully sets him up for further films. So I remember the casting of Pete. Everyone was going, "No, not Pete Davidson," but I think it's pretty good casting. Yeah. Yeah, maybe just walking in the street or something like that. Anyone remember when Bay was in the 2007 movie, he gets flicked by Megatron? Bing. What is my pitch for a Rise of the Beast sequel? Well, it's hard to say that when we don't know the outcome of this movie, but I do think that it's gotta be based on Unicron. If Unicron gets destroyed in this movie, that would be a huge mistake. The Unicron character is too big for one movie, so they need to develop it. So in this movie, I think Unicron should be in the movie, but a bit in the distance. Um, I don't want it to be that he then becomes they take fight to Unicron, destroy Unicron, and then that's the end of that. So whatever the next movie is, I think it's a development of the Unicron story. Yeah, yeah, 3 movies. Yeah, I think so. So it'll be interesting how they wanna take him out in those 3 movies because I don't think he's getting taken out in this one. So I think we'll go for 10 more minutes and then we'll call it a day because, I've had a good chat, and that would be 2 hours and a half of being live, so I think that's a good stint. So yeah, guys, make sure you are subscribed. If anybody of you wanna drop a super chat or anything like that, then you're more than welcome. But yeah, I've just thoroughly enjoyed talking Rise of the Beast with you guys. It's good fun. It's really good fun. Yeah, I don't know if you can say that though yet because we haven't really seen the characters, have we? It's not enough. We've literally seen a couple of little snippets of them. It's not enough for us to really know the ins and outs of the characters. Yeah, yeah, I think so too. I think he'll be like a Thanos character, a big character, but again, would have been nice to maybe develop it over a ton of movies almost, if Paramount had that vision to go, like, bigger, like a world, not 3 movies, but we'll see, we'll see. Like I said, Guillermo Soto is lined up for a Transformers film that I don't think is in the Rise of the Beast trilogy, but what's also interesting as well is will Stephen Cable Jr. do the Rise of the Beast trilogy, or will they employ another director to do the next one? We don't know, we don't know. Yeah, yeah, hopefully it's entertained you to a little bit more. Age of Extinction's okay, but I don't really like the Galvatron version in that. I think Galvatron looks cool, but I didn't really like the way that they portrayed Galvatron. Yeah, I love Galvatron as a character. I kinda liked over the time when Frank Welker was voicing him, how he became more and more crazy, like more and more erratic. In some of the latter ones, he was insane. And I also like the, Leonard Nimoy version as well in the 1986 movie. Yeah, Flamey, I don't think he's gonna die. He's just gonna potentially be killed off and then revived. I don't think he's dying permanently. That's why the insignia is scratched on his head. Yeah, of course, of course, of course. That's why I sort of, I was always gonna use the G1, version of Galvatron as my picture, but in the end, I don't know, I quite liked the War for Cybertron version. if they do him properly and he's not a French character for some bizarre reason and doesn't look anything like Hot Rod and isn't a Lamborghini uh, that is referred to as a she when he's a he and all things in between. It's all kind of craziness. So that version in The Last Night, I mean, they uh, um, Anthony Hopkins says, "She's a bitchin' car," and then it's Hot Rod. So, I don't know. They gotta do a better job with Hot Rod because Hot Rod is a massive character, so if they're gonna put Hot Rod in, do him properly. How do you feel about Ozzy having red instead of pink? Yeah, I think it's cool. I'm okay with it. It's not too significant. She's still got a lot of pink about her because even there's a lot of things that tie into it. So I like the design of RC. I think she's cool. Transformers 8 from the future is gonna be a good movie. I don't know. I don't know. You think it'll be the Maximals who revive Bumblebee, and in doing so, it'll improve. Yeah, I think that somehow I think Airazor makes the save in the museum scene, and then somehow they get him to the Maximals, which would be in Machu Picchu, and then I presume he will be revived. Hello, Jaden. Not much time left, but welcome. Do you like design of Wheeljack? Yeah. I'm used to the design of Wheeljack is a better way of saying it. It's not really the Wheeljack that we know, but it is now the Rise of the Beast Wheeljack. Maybe it all depends if they do these characters right. I think the Mirage characters come off really well. So I mean, the Blur character would be a cool one, but I wouldn't want him to be like a naff version where he gets killed off quickly because I kind of like Blur. Maybe. I think the end credit scene is gonna be something a bit more impactful than that, though. Although it just sounds like Mirage went speeding past right now outside. Yeah, I mean, this scene you're talking about, this is something I don't really want to appear in the trailer because I think it's quite an exciting scene, particularly when Prime Rams Scourge through the wall. I think it's a pretty epic moment. So I'm hoping that they save that, don't give it away. Yeah, well, we haven't really got combiners in this movie, but we have got that cool moment where Battletrap and Nightbird kind of link up for some sort of terrifying fight where she's driving and he's firing. It kind of reminded me a little bit of the Megan Fox Bumblebee, where she says something like, "I'll drive, you shoot," and then it's like now you got the Terracons doing that. So I thought it was pretty cool. Yeah. I think it's all gonna be based around Unicron. He's too much of a big bad to just get rid of in one movie. And if they did do that, if they do get rid of him in one movie, that's a real mistake. Yes, yes, I agree. Alita 1 would be an interesting one. She is in Transformers 1, so we are getting an Alita 1, but not in this Rise of the Beasts. No, hold on. Where's that one gone? I don't agree with that. That Mirage, Dino, are we talking about? That's not really Mirage at all, is it? It's just made up. Cool, interesting design, cool design, but which Autobots will do? I don't think we're gonna get too many Autobot casualties. What'll be more concerning is which Maximals might get destroyed. So, yeah, it's a tough one, it's a tough one. It's interesting to think about which casualties we might get from the Autobots and Decepticons, 'cause it's sorry, Autobots and Maximals, 'cause it's kind of like we don't really want any of them to get killed, but they might put that in there for shock value. I know this one's a bit iffy side of things, but I would love to see a spin-off, with bots, the Dinobots. Yeah, I would, but I just think you've got to do them right, and we've seen a version of the Dinobots already, and it didn't quite work out, so I think, again, it's all gotta be thought about how stories can work and how they can tie it together. Air Razor is gonna be a goner, I'm calling it. I'm thinking Air Razor might destroy Nightbird, so yeah, well, who knows? I think that the appeal of having Optimus in the movies is too big for them to try and drop off the character. He sells a lot of toys, so I think Optimus is gonna be around for a while yet. And I think the Optimus arc is building, so who knows? He could die. Optimus could go in this movie, and the Matrix could be handed over to someone else. Okay. I think we've reached our point, so I think I'm gonna begin to wrap up, guys. I've really enjoyed it. You know, 2.5 hours of chatting with you guys. Here in the UK, it's almost midnight. What time is it with all you guys, wherever you're based? Where are you all chatting to me from? Let me know before we wrap this up, and then we will call it a day. But yeah, if you enjoyed this, make sure you hit a like on the video. In time, I'll think about what I want to do with live streams and let you guys know in the community tab and maybe in other videos. But this has been awesome. This has been great. It's just cool to sort of sit here, chat Transformers, and get all your viewpoints and your takes on what you think and where you think the movie franchise is going to go. UK, US, it was nice chatting with you. Yeah, as always, it's been great chatting with you. It's Cool MMR Productions, and thank you for subscribing. Take care, Leon. Rodimus Prime, Canada. It's great. It's honestly, it's awesome. Ta-ra for now from Flamewell. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, roll out, roll out. Thanks, Alfonso. Take care. Cool, guys. Well, I'm gonna call it a day. 2 hours, 28 minutes. Yeah, definitely, definitely Transformers Alt Mode. We will make it happen. And perhaps we'll have guests on as well, so, you know, that would be awesome as well. Right, guys, have an awesome weekend wherever you are, enjoy it, and, I think 80s Kid gets the end one right, because I think that's a cool way to finish. Till all are one.